Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome back if you're returning. Today's set is a fall set. I did nude and black French with some little fall decorations and sugar, some black sugar. These stickers, that's what I meant by decorations. These bling. And yeah, real simple, easy set, but gorgeous. I'm going to start using these brushes again. I keep forgetting I have them. I've had these for like 2 years at least. You guys have probably seen them recently on my channel, but I have a 10 and a 6. The 10 is this purple one, and a 6 is a silver one. And they're just such good quality. And I forgot how much I like them. So you'll be seeing them in the next couple videos. I know my videos would not be my videos without the bug light. I wish there was a way I could not have that included. Well, there is. I could do my videos in the morning, but then there would be traffic sounds or birds or other things. Hopefully you guys aren't hearing the crickets. You're not supposed to hear anything with this microphone I paid. Or maybe I'm using it wrong. I don't know. It has the fuzzy thing on it. The little poofy fluff ball on it. It's supposed to filter sound, but yeah. Anyway. How is everyone? I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm doing good. I am, as you can see, I'm going to do an all nude application, all solid, this color. So I do speed it up after this, but this is one of my favorite nudes recently. Not much color to it. Kind of pink, kind of not, kind of taupe, kind of not, kind of vanilla. I think that's why it's called ice cream. I don't know, but I love it. This is the second full set I've done with it. And as usual, it goes on like a dream. Absolutely gorgeous. I do have another set kind of similar to this where I do solid baby pink, black Frenchies. But that set was going to be a Day of the Dead set, and I ended up turning it into flowers. Because the stickers I have for Day of the Dead, because you know I can't draw that. Like, and I can't do 3D roses, so Google Day of the Dead and see if knowing me, if I can do that. I can't. But I have some really perfect stickers for it, which is the problem. I've been wanting to use for like 2 years, and every time I come across the stickers, I'm like, ooh, I want to do Day of the Dead nails, and then I look, and it's around Halloween time, and the background is supposed to be black, so it's perfect timing. So I've tried at least 2 sets now to use those stickers and do Day of the Dead. And I thought, you know, just make 3D flowers. They don't have to be roses. I tried that too, and the set came out great, but I haven't even posted or showed you guys that yet at all. But I ended up using that set for PR for the Zany kit. I think I just blew saying that. I don't know if I was supposed to say that. Anyway, I ended up using the colorful 3D flowers for another set. Excuse me. And yeah, have you guys heard of the app called Whatnot? There's all kinds of apps. Lemon8, I'm not on it. Facebook, not on it. Well, I have a Facebook from way back in the day for like high school friends, but I literally never go on there. The app is not installed on my phone, and I would have to reset my password to try to remember how to get in there. I don't post on there or anything. 2 things though. One thing I'll come back to about Facebook that I learned that may have changed my mind, but also there's another, Instagram Threads. I'm also not on there. I didn't download that, and I'm sure there's a way you don't have to download it. You can just log in, but no, it's just like another place that I have to post pictures. Like whenever I post something for YouTube, I have to also post it on Instagram and also post it on TikTok and also post it on YouTube. And each 3 has different requirements. Like some you can use the music here, some you have to mute the video first and then find different music for it. And some you have to record in landscape and not in like all of that. I'm not doing that with 1 or 2 more apps. I'm just not. So I'm just happy with my little gig I have going here. I'm good. But Tao mentioned to me, hey Jen, are you on Whatnot? You should join us over there because we're there every day having so much fun. And so I looked and like, well, if she specifically asked me, you know, I should probably go check it out. So I did. I downloaded the app, registered on there, followed them, and then today I got a notification at 1 o'clock that they were on live. So I got on there, and it's a bidding app. So they're standing there holding up their products, like, which gel do you want to see this time? The black, the green, the blue, and they'll hold up a single gel polish, for example. It goes for $12 each on the website. The bidding starts now. And you can bid $1, and if no one else bids it, you get it. Or the bidding can get driven up to $20, and you're not going to buy that because you can get it without a discount code and without a sale or from a discount website for less than $13. So it goes like that. I did get some good deals, but I had to get off of there after I bought like 3 or 4 things and felt really great about my purchases. I was like, okay, I have to get off of here because I don't need anything. And as fun as it is, it was really fun to like see the giveaways happening, because those are happening also in the background. And just randomly it'll be like, boom, here's the giveaway, and because you followed them, you're already entered. And it's cool to see like them showing you the products up close. And it was fun. It was fun. But I can see how it could get you really caught up. When I got off of the app, I felt like I was missing something, like I was forgetting to do something. You know, like I had left something at home that I needed to turn around and go back and get. Do you know that feeling? So I was like, oh yeah, I've got to stay off of there, because that could turn into like a shopping thing. Not that I would ever bid higher than something I would pay retail for, but my point is the whole action of it, just the fun of it, the auctioneer type vibe. It was cool, you know? So yeah, they're over there, and if you set up the notifications that lets you know when they are going live, you can join them over there for that. Again, there are great deals to be had, and it is fun. So you guys should check that out if you're not there. And I want to ask you guys if you remember few months ago when my voice started doing this going in and out thing really bad, and I was constantly clearing my throat, and I was telling you guys, you know, I just moved here, so I'm sure it's allergies. I'm getting used to like a new area, and I was having so much trouble swallowing. I don't know if any of you guys remember that, and I know it's like personal, but it was affecting my voiceovers because I couldn't swallow, and then I couldn't like finish a sentence because I would be stopped in the middle of my sentence trying to swallow. Well, I woke up with my voice scratchy like this again today. And I think even, yeah, as a matter of fact, when I did my nail room tour, because just saying that reminded me, I'll have to go back and see what date it was that I did that, because that was when I was first started noticing my voice doing that. And it's funny because I went to the surgeon for the consultation for my GERD surgery wrap repair and a second time hiatal hernia repair. That was what I went to the surgeon for. That's what I've been struggling for. It's why I can't recline or lay down or sleep or literally eat anything that's pleasurable. So yeah, I had to let you guys know that I was going to see him. He did accept my case. I am going for, by the time this video posts, I will have gone for my endoscopy yesterday. So you guys are going to see this video on Thursday, and I'm going for the endoscopy Wednesday. Although, as of now, that's in the future. Like, I don't know, today's Friday, so 4 or 5 days. Then I have to go for a swallow test, which I've done that before. I did a barium swallow test where you drink dye, and then they take x-rays of you while you're swallowing. And this is called something else swallow test, so I'm not sure if it's barium, but whatever. It was like a chalky kind of Mylanta type thing I had to drink. Not a big deal. The endoscopy, I guess, isn't a big deal. They kind of put you in twilight, so you don't even know that they're doing it. But my whole point is that this surgeon, who I was seeing for the first time, during the consultation, he asked me, have you had trouble swallowing? And I was like, yeah. And I could see his eyes widen. I was like, yeah, that's actually a new thing for me, trouble swallowing, but it comes and goes. And he goes, have you had to clear your throat constantly? Like just a dry, unproductive kind of cough, but not really a cough. I'm like, yeah, for like a solid year. And he looks at me again, writes something down. And he says, and what about like, has your voice been changing? Have you been getting like a hoarse or scratchy voice? And I'm like, yep, but also periodically. And he's like, yeah, we need to get you in. He's like, that is your hernia. And I was like, what? How is it my hernia? I thought it was like allergies. I guess it's like a symptom because the hernia moves and all this. Anyway, the surgery is going to be kind of a big deal, not just a whoop-de-whoop like I thought it would be. Like I let you guys know, I was kind of worried that it might not be, and he did tell me, don't worry, but I need to go in there with, he's doing the endoscopy himself so that he can look internally. He already has my CT scan. As you guys can see, I'm doing Black Frenchies here, so I'm talking through that. But, yeah, he said he wasn't sure if he was going to take on the case because it is never wise to repair a hernia twice. Now, he didn't say what you should do if you aren't going to repair it. Like let's just say he decided he wasn't going to, or it was too dangerous. Then what would I do? Like, I didn't ask that till I didn't think to ask that till I left. He said he was 99% sure he was going to take me on as a case, that he was going to have to undo the surgery that I currently have because that is also herniated. And that is the surgery that I told you guys before. It's called the Nissen fundoplication. It's a wrap that ties off your, like the top of your stomach to your esophagus so that nothing can come up, so you don't have acid reflux anymore or GERD anymore. Well, that surgery site is herniated, and I also have a hiatal hernia, which means my stomach is herniated into my chest cavity, and that has been that way for 2 years due to a whole slew of other things happening, all one after another, that have prevented me from addressing this and getting it solved. So finally getting it solved. So to hear that it was possibly a surgery he may not perform, or too hard or dangerous or not recommended or whatever, was a little alarming, but he did reassure me he thinks we're going to be okay. But I do have to be in ICU after. It isn't a surgery. It isn't an outpatient surgery like the first one was, where I just get to go home afterwards. Like, as soon as I'm done in recovery, I just go home. It's not outpatient. He didn't tell me if it would be laparoscopic or not. He did ask me if my first one was laparoscopic, and I said yes. And he said, okay, good. That's the way it should be. So that leads me to think that's how he likes to do it. So hopefully, because I'm telling you, if there has to be like abdominal surgery, like a gut cutting, like I had to have for my C-section, this is going to be a whole nother, I'm going to have to do some thinking. I don't know. Anyway, I don't think there's nothing to do. I don't think there's anything for me to think about. I have to fix it. So I don't know why I said that. But yeah, that's what's going on with me. And he did mention scar tissue. I don't know if he's going to be looking for it in with the endoscopy or if he noticed it on the CT scan. But what he said was, after I go get these 2 tests, then I'm going to come back to his office where he gets out charts, pictures, whatever visual aids I might need, and we discuss the surgery, the recovery, before, during, and after, what he's going to do exactly. And I just really had a lot of faith in him. He was very careful, asked the right questions, very knowledgeable, and not arrogant. The first doctor that did this, first of all, he said that they've learned since they did, when the Nissen fundoplication first came out, that ties off your stomach for GERD, he said that the wraps were performed at 360. In other words, a full circle wrap. He said, and they've learned now that a 170 wrap is better, because then it doesn't end up herniating over time, because, if you can't throw up, okay, nothing comes up, you can't throw up. But sometimes when you're sick, your body is still going to have those heaving motions. Where's all the pressure supposed to go? Yeah, the surgery is going to herniate, or your stomach is going to herniate, which is why I've had 2 of these hernias. So he's also going to loosen up that wrap, redo it at 170, and then he's going to put in a mesh for my hiatal hernia so that that does not reoccur. So literally, if everything goes okay, I should be like a brand new woman. I mean, I remember Ness saying in this doctor's office that when I first had this surgery, of course, well before any of these complications happened, but I think I also mentioned to you guys too before, literally the next day, I was a different person. The next day, I could drink lemonade, have pasta, eat a piece of pizza, and before bed if I wanted to. Like, it changed my whole life. Because I was aspirating on my stomach acid. I was waking up in the middle of the night, like choke. It was terrifying. Like, it was so bad. What's really scary is I see Anna after her 2 kids, because she had the same type of miserable pregnancies that I did, where you can't even keep down water and you're just throwing up, throwing up, throwing up, throwing up for literally 10 months of your life. Um, it damages your teeth. It fries the little flap of skin that prevents acid from coming up at the top of your stomach before it reaches your esophagus. There's a little flap of skin there. You all that acid that's coming up and being produced, there's nowhere for it to go, so it eats that skin, and there's nothing in the medical science world yet that can replace that skin. So once it's gone, there's literally no stopper, basically. Every bit of stomach acid that you produce on a daily basis is just coming up your throat, into your ears. I have heartburn in my ears, in my eyes. I know that sounds crazy, and it's not, what's it called? It's not acid. It's not actual reflux or fluid or stomach acid. It's just because that can't come up. But my body's still doing that, so it has to have somewhere to go, so it's like fumes. Like, I can feel the fumes coming up the side of my neck, and then my ears will burn so bad. I like have to hold it like there's some loud piercing sound until it goes away. And if it's really severe, it goes up into my eyes, makes my eyes water. Like, it's crazy. And I remember going back to that surgeon and telling her this like 5 years after, because she also took out my gallbladder at that time, and she had asked me, oh, hey, how's it going with the surgery, the repair I did, or the fundoplication I did? And that's when I told her, yeah, actually, I've been experiencing GERD again, but it's so weird. Like, I know that's what it is, but it's not acid, and it's not coming up my esophagus. It's fumes in my ears. And she was like, so, like, jaw pain? I'm like, yeah, it really hurts in my jaw. Like, I have to hold my jaw. And she's like, oh, honey, women over 40, jaw pain is your heart. And she sent me for a heart sonogram, a stress test where they injected me with adrenaline. Don't ever do that. Oh, my God. That was awful. Anyway, she sent me for 1,000,000 tests on my heart, which came back completely fine. And then she, like, wouldn't see me after that. She just, for whatever reason in her mind, there was nothing wrong. And yeah, I've been suffering ever since. And then developed the hernia after that because nothing was solved. But anyway, I'd like to get my hands on that lady. This surgeon did say, unlike the last surgeon that I went to consult with, he said he couldn't perform my surgery, which I understand now why. But before I knew he wouldn't do it, when I was consulting with him, she told me that this was a brand new surgery when she performed it on me. Groundbreaking, brand new. You'll never be able to throw up again. You have to be cool with that, or we can't go forward. Well, what other choice do I have? What do I do if I have to throw up? Go to the emergency room. Yeah, but it's 2 o'clock in the morning and I already, like, non-threw up. I'm supposed to go to the emergency room now? For what? Like, it's over. I want to lay on the bathroom floor now. Like, what? Anyway, there's nothing. That was a dumb... They didn't know. But that surgeon told me, this is not a new surgery. Why did she tell you that? I'm like, well, I don't know why she told me that. He's like, it's not groundbreaking. It's not new. I've been doing it since the 90s, first of all. Second of all, it should never be wrapped so tight that you can't throw up. He's like, are you telling me that you can't usurp? And for some reason, I know what the word usurp means. And so I told him, no, nothing ever comes up. And he's like, nothing, ever. Not even, just not. I'm like, I said, no, no. And she told me that beforehand. Oh, I wanted to show you this. Watch what happens to my finger when I put it on this. Do you see how it makes it stick straight up so that light gets all around it? Watch my thumb. There's no way that light isn't getting that whole thing. Like this as well. See where my thumb is laying if I don't have this? Or wait. So you can see how the light will get under my thumb and all around it, right? If I'm setting it on this thing. And you see how if I lay it right here, that whole side of my nail may not get cured? This is that thumbs up product that Mikey came up with. They're magnetized, so you just slap them in your lamp. And see that? So it doesn't have to just go for your thumb. It comes with two, and I use it for every finger because I cure my fingers individually a lot of times, because once I get nail art right, I want it done. Also, I'm doing swatch sticks or other things. Like if I want to cure things that I'm swatching, I will lay them on that, and it's also helping my lamp not get dirty. Did you ever notice, like especially when you get a new lamp, you lay a swatch stick down to cure, and a few days later, you look back in your lamp for whatever reason, and you realize that that swatch stick laid wet on the bottom of your lamp floor, and now there's like a black outline there of cured gel. You didn't knock it against the sides, you didn't do anything dumb, and you're not having clients, but now you're going to have to take acetone to your lamp and hope it doesn't ruin it, or whatever, Anyway, those things are so worth it. At first, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to actually use these. They're cool, but like, is it like a big deal? No, those are so amazing. FYI. These stickers are from Profiles Backstage, and you can see how stunning they are, how easy they are to use, how seamless they are. They don't show any outline, and you can top coat them with matte. Wait till you see how gorgeous this is. Anyway, let me see where I was at in that story. Right, so he looked at my incisions and was just to make sure, like, I had the same surgery he was talking about. Like, he was completely confused as to why it would be done that way. He's like, there's no way it should have been wrapped that tight. That's 100% why you are herniating. That's ridiculous. I don't care if it was this. And he really just went to town saying how absolutely wrong it was. And then when I saw this surgeon, I gently asked him, without making him feel alarmed, like I was looking to sue someone or, trying to catch somebody doing something wrong, make him nervous so he didn't want to do surgery on me. I asked him, like, well, after he explained to me what the other surgeon explained to me, that this was done too tight, that's why you're herniated, it's not recommended to fix it twice, you're in a bad position, all this stuff. I did say, well, like, are a lot of people who had this surgery coming back for this same thing? And he said, not really, because, we learned very shortly after this surgery was new, and that's when he explained to me they learned to do it looser at the 170 or whatever. And I said, well, should it have ever been done at the 360? And he's like, probably not 10 years ago when you had it. No. He's like, probably not. But, science and surgical science especially advances so much. He's like, now we can just go in and do it all robotically. I'm sure when you had your surgery, it wasn't done robotically. He's like, there's a lot of things change and change really quickly. So he wasn't really willing to say as much as the other surgeon said, which was a complete slam to her. But I was thinking, if I get another surgeon to say the slam, like that first surgeon said, well, I'm suing her. Like, you guys, I can't describe to you the misery I have been in for years. And this is the second time it's happened. It's not even the first time. But anyway, I just want to be healthy. Doctors do carry insurance for that reason. Like, make a mistake. But, from what he said, it really probably wasn't a mistake. It was just how they did it then. But the other doctor said, absolutely not. That's not how they did it. So I don't know. But my focus right now is getting healthy and getting this fixed. But Ness has been saying this for years. Like, I'm calling an attorney. There's no way you should be going through this. You shouldn't be suffering like this. And it affects me too when you don't sleep. And I worry about you so much. And she's saying all these things. So she's just mad and she just wants me to be better too. So anyway, that's my latest update, you guys. We're still working on the house a lot. A lot of things are coming together. But, we had... It seems like everything we take apart to redo it, there's just more work than expected, because it's not like just we have to paint the walls. No, thick wads of paint have to be removed first, and when you do that, it pulls the drywall off because it was latex paint, and that shouldn't have been up there, and so now you have to patch some holes, and you can't patch the holes without letting it dry and then sanding it first, and then that makes a mess, and just like that. So not complaining, but it's been a lot. It's been a lot, and that's coming along, but taking a while. No hurry, though. No hurry. Ness wants to be in by Christmas, but I don't see it. I'm not going to get my hopes up about that. Then again, I don't care. Like, Christmas is only a day in my mind if I'm, like, with my grandkids. Otherwise, Christmas is going to be just another day. Tomorrow's the 26th. Yesterday was the 24th. Like, it's really not going to be anything to me except a phone call. Grayson turned 4 the other day, and when I called him on video chat to watch him open his presents, the first thing he said to me was, "Appa, are you coming over with me to watch me open my presents?" He doesn't understand. He doesn't understand. And I had to tell him no. Like, just reach down my throat with your fist, grab my innards, and yank them out of my body. Like, that is exactly what it feels like. So, yeah, Christmas isn't going to be like a celebration for me unless I'm actually in Tucson with those babies. So, I don't care if we're here or there on Christmas. One good thing about getting the surgery done is I will be going home as soon as I'm well. And I was going to go home after, if my blood clot was gone, and then I could get on a plane before I handled this hernia surgery, because I've been suffering with it for so long. What's another week? Just let me get back to Tucson. Let me go home. It's been a year. But we've met our deductible for the year. So now I kind of need/want this to be finished before the end of the year, so I don't have any medical bills. So that kind of changes things. And it's just, like, there just must be a reason I'm not able to go back yet. I don't understand it, but yeah, I don't know. So anyway, that's update with me. The nails are done. You saw what I did. I put on some stickers, some bling. I'm doing a matte top coat. After I do a matte top coat, I usually take some alcohol or swipe on these little cotton sticks. These are like for eyelash techs. Got them on Temu. And I'll just make sure that my stones don't have any top coat on them. After it came out of the lamp with matte, do you see how gorgeous these stickers are? You can't even tell it's a sticker. I mean, wow, I love their stuff. I'm going to use these stickers again soon because they're so gorgeous. And they sent them to me like in rose gold, like a silver hollow, and this gold. I should have matte top coated before I did the spider gel, but I wasn't thinking. Well, actually, I was planning on sugaring the spider gel, but I had just done another set where I sugared it. Wait till you guys see that set, you guys. Wait till you guys see the blue set. So anyway, I'm having to go around. I put the thinnest layer of matte top coat on these before I started, so that I could do my black French cheese and that they didn't like leak. I don't know if you guys know about that, but when you're trying to get a line like really straight for a Frenchie, it can kind of bleed into any scratches you have in the acrylic. So I matte top coated first, but it wasn't a good top coat or a full top coat. So I was just redoing my matte top coat. And this is the end of the set. I talked all the way through it, as usual yet again. But I hope you guys like the nails. I hope any of this was interesting. Sorry for the bug light. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for joining me. And I will see you guys next time. Here's the set. Bye, you guys.